Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to COD Zombies HQ. If you remember all the way back to the release of Black Ops 3, on its release date, November 6th, 2015, Activision Blizzard announced that they are creating their own film studio to create Call of Duty branded TV shows and movies. Well, recently I became aware that Activision actually expanded on what their business model and whole idea is creating Call of Duty movies. And from what they're saying, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it is possible that Activision will actually produce a Call of Duty Zombies themed movie sometime in the future. Here's why. Talking about what kind of Call of Duty content that this film studio will draw from, the producer said this, quote, "We have a very rich library. I would like to say our first order of business is existing current franchises. There are things like Black Ops and Modern Warfare or Call of Duty Zombies. But there are incredible opportunities to have these hundreds of games that have huge followings and tremendous nostalgia." He goes on to say, "What I think made the Avengers so great was the writing and directing. You cared about those characters. If you just chase the empty blockbuster and have nothing to say in the genre, forget about it." So from this first quote, we can say two things: that the new studio is going to be focused on existing Call of Duty franchises before they come up with something that's totally original. And secondly, they like to craft a narrative with characters that the audience actually cares about, okay? He goes on to say it's going to have the same sort of high adrenaline, high energy aesthetic as the game, but not a literal adaptation. So we won't see like the Modern Warfare 2 campaign on the big screen. It'll be different than that, but within the same genre and experience. He continues, "It's a much more broad and inclusive, global in scope, a big tentpole Marvel-esque movie. These individual universes that interconnect, and a timeline that makes sense with consistent themes and Easter eggs." So from this quote, what they want to do is have a general consistent universe, but one that they can plug in different stories and different timelines if they so choose, to kind of call back to earlier films and what they're calling Easter eggs here. In the producer's last quote, he talks about the way the film should feel when compared to the actual video games. He said, quote, "We have plotted out many years, so they have a plan here. We are putting together this group of writers to talk about where we're going. There'll be a film that feels more like Black Ops, the story behind the story. The Modern Warfare series looks at what it's like to fight a war with the eyes of the world upon you. And then maybe something that's more of a hybrid, where you're looking at a private covert operations with a public operation going on." So here he's talking about more of a military-based, boots-on-the-ground, COD campaign-esque film. And while it doesn't really reference zombies specifically, kind of putting all of his quotes together, where we're talking about existing franchises, characters that have development, characters that the audience already cares about and will develop throughout the film, having different universes that can connect if they want to, with different Easter eggs to kind of call back to prior films. And the kind of films that they want to make should be based off of the general feeling of the source material. With all that said, I'm sure you guys can agree that the Call of Duty Zombies brand, especially the Treyarch Storyline, is probably one of the most well-known Call of Duty brand assets that it has. People know the four characters of Nikolai, Dempsey, Takeo, and Richtofen. And of course, if they do decide to do a zombies movie, it won't be their first foray into this kind of outside the video game entertainment, because as you guys know, they recently released a series of Call of Duty Zombies comic books within that famous Treyarch Zombies universe, releasing comic books in an episodic fashion, not only movies, but the studio's also interested in creating television shows. It seems to me that there is definitely a fit within their business model, from what they've told us, for a zombies themed show or movie here. In terms of if they'll actually do it, I think it's based on several factors, including how well Black Ops 4 does, and specifically the popularity of the zombies mode within their game. And the biggest factor is if their first film will be a success or not, because of course they'll focus on, a general Call of Duty boots on the ground story before they go off and do side projects like a zombies film. Now, the question I would love answered from you guys down in the comments is this something you would like to see? For me personally, it's one of those things where, you know, all zombies content is good content. I'm happy that if they do this, we'll get story development. Hopefully it'll have some kind of mass appeal, bring zombies a little bit more into the mainstream, if you will. On the other hand, movies based off video games generally don't turn out too well. It's been tried many times in the past with several different genres and several different popular game series, and there hasn't been a film that people say, you know what, that really does justice to the game. It was fantastic. There hasn't been that film yet. And I fear that if they do end up doing something zombies related, it'll be more cringe-worthy than anything else. But either way, again, I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to thumbs up the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel for more great zombies content to come. The links to the 2 articles I used to kind of source this video are down in the description. Definitely check them out if you want further reading on this subject. Well, that wraps up this video, guys. I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll see you with another zombies video tomorrow. Peace out.